All right. What's going on again, ladies and gentlemen? All praises to the Most High. All praises and honor to the Most High. Also, thank all of y'all who are going to look at this video, who are already tuned in, for liking and sharing and subscribing to the channel. And also, as always, we want to give honor and respect to all of the people that we have talked about on this channel who has been the victims of these things that we're going to talk about tonight. Everybody knows by now on this platform the story of Javion Magee. Javion Magee was the 21-year-old truck driver who was found in Henderson, North Carolina. And we are still, once again, keeping this story alive on YouTube, at least. And, we're calling the agencies, calling the cities, trying to get people to really hone into this case. And actually, this right here, this case that we're going to talk about tonight is the case of Kendra Reed. Kendra Shanice Reed, and she was a 20-year-old college student from Winston-Salem State, North Carolina. The school actually my sister went to, one of my sisters went to, and she was found in Lexington, North Carolina, suspended in the air from a tree. And this article that I'm going to read to you, first of all, there's barely any articles about this case. This happened April 29th, 2017. But what's going on? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But this happened April 29th, 2017. And the description of how they said that this young lady reportedly unalived herself is the exact same way that Sheriff Brain described Javion in the way that he quote unquote reportedly did it to herself. The story is exactly the same, which means, which leads me to believe that there is a group of people in North Carolina doing the same thing, the same type of way to young Black people. It doesn't matter if it's men or women. And they are getting away with it. Now, if you go back and listen, I might pull it up to let you listen to it. But if you go back and listen to the interview that I did with Sheriff Brain, if you go back and listen to that interview, it's going to sound exactly like what this girl has said. And actually, I'm going to read this to you right here from the article. And I don't know why this thing is not showing that we live right now. So let me go back and see. But if not, I'm just going to have to share it at a later date. Let me see. It's not. It's not. Let me see. Live. Okay, here we go. All right, so y'all can share this real quick. But I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this article to let you guys see the similarities between what happened to our brother Javion Magee and what happened to our sister Kendra Reed. Now, I can't even find this article on the internet via the laptop, but I'm going to read it from my phone, and you can't see it, so I don't even know why I'm trying to show it to you. But this is an article from Lipstick Alley. Now, this is Lipstick Alley. Now, there's some other articles from like WRAL, but they're so vague. The normal well, yeah, investigations are continued. Police don't say much, blah, 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 right? Little short, minuscule articles. And I have yet to find anything of substantial coverage from any natural or national outlets. But just read this. Let me read this article from Lipstick Alley. And this says the same thing I always say. I only found one article about the recent demise of Kendra Reed, and it really doesn't say much, as all of them do. However, her cousin and several other family members have taken upon themselves to bring light to their loved one's horrific demise. Same as Javion. Who brought that to light? His cousin, right? These things are eerily similar. And this is what Delanisha Hamilton. This is what Shanice's cousin said to this, and I actually put Shanice's picture up on the screen so you guys can see it. I know I showed it to you in the thumbnail, but this is the person that I'm talking about, a 20-year-old student. She actually, and this is 20. She was 20 years old in 2017, so she would have been approximately 27 right now. But that is her right there, Kendra. And this story, this cousin says, it says, Kendra, Shanice, and I are cousins. On Saturday, April the 29th, and she said they are cousins, and her mother and sisters, her mothers are sisters. I'm going to take that down so I can. But it said on Saturday, April the 29th, she was found suspended in the air from a tree in a public park. The park is called Finch Park in our hometown of Lexington, North Carolina. Cops are saying that all roads are leading to the S word, which is self-unalivement. But here's the thing. Kendra was standing on a trash can when they found her. She was standing on a trash can, sort of like Javion was sitting on the ground, right? This case is so eerily similar. But it says that and according to the cop that I talked to, and that detective is Detective Charlie Hall, there were no signs of a struggle. Now, as I mentioned with the young man, Javion, the PI said, if somebody is asphyxiating, there has to be some signs of moving, them struggling for air, etc., right? This article says there were no signs of a struggle. The cousin says, I didn't get to see her body the day they found her. She said, I live near DC and I didn't make it home in time. So that I could not see her, so that I could not see her body for myself. My sister told me that there were no scratches on Kendra's neck, just the bruising from the rope. Stop right there. What did they say about Javion? There was bruising from the rope. Now listen to this next part of the story very carefully. She said just bruising from the rope, which she claimed looked as though someone tied it extremely tightly around the neck area, right? What did they say about Javion? Someone wrapped the rope around his neck 11 times, very tightly. The witnesses say that I've talked to, they said it was wrapped very tightly around his neck. It says no one knows how she looked from the chest down. So evidently they took some pictures. No one knows how she looked from the chest down. She also said that there was a weird bulge in Kendra's neck at the time. And once again, there's Miss Kendra, the beautiful Miss Kendra, might I add, uh, 20 years old, found in Lexington, North Carolina, with a quote unquote hanging from a tree. Now, this one says, just like Sheriff Brain told us. This sounds exactly verbatim like Sheriff Brain. It says, the detective told me basically that Kendra stood on the trash can, tied the rope to the tree directly above her head, then tied it to her neck and leaned into the rope, tied in the slip lock, and that's how she expired herself. Listen, let me take this down. Go back and listen to the interview with Sheriff Brain, the one that said, I think that the caption reads, y'all don't know me or something. He literally said the same thing, that Javion took and tied the rope to the tree. Then he wrapped the other part around his neck, and then he just leaned forward ever so slightly, just enough to cause asphyxiation to him expire himself. And when I heard that, I was like, come on, man, that don't make sense. But here you have a same detective, and you can look this up. This is on Lipstick Alley. Black Women Matter. Winston-Salem student band member found in a tree. Family suspects foul play. But the words he used, this detective used, is exactly, almost verbatim, how Sheriff Brain describes this. And then, the cousin said, yesterday, my bestie and I went out to the park to see where it happened at. The tree she was found was much too tall for her to have been able to do this alone. In that immediate and surrounding area, those trees tower into the sky, with its nearest branches well over 15 foot off the ground. Kendra was only about 5'3". And that ends this article. And someone in the chat said that, they remember this. Someone in this chat said it keeps on happening again. And as I always say, asphyxiation is not suspending themselves from trees is not a way that Black men, and especially Black women, choose to end their lives. So this person said this keeps happening over and over and over again. These are extremely dangerous time for Black women and men. And here, now mind you, this was 2017. Another person who reading this article says, I hate that the police are treating this as an S word. For her cousin to say that Kendra was only 5'3" and the closest branches were 15 feet. How could she possibly carry this out on her own? But remember, she was found standing on a trash can. It's sort of like they're playing with you, because you can't suspend yourself if you're standing on something. They're saying people are just like our brother Javion. They said he sat down. He did all of this intricate tying to the rope. He wrapped around her, and he just sat down and leaned ever so slightly, causing his demise. This is eerily, like, this is sickening, man. And of course, if you watched the live from earlier, I'm down here, in Decatur, and I watched the I talked, I showed the history of the lynchings down here. So this, as many people in this chat say that she was just like they're trash or something. And if anybody knows, the sister and their family, you can have them reach out to me. Let me put my number up there, because My number and my email is going across the screen because I would like to know the resolve of this, because as I mentioned, there is literally nothing in the on the internet resolving this case. Now, there was a few articles, and I'll show you these right here, but nothing substantial. Like all of these are from secondary news sources, just like this one right here. Now, this is from McDowellNews.com, right? And I don't know. Okay, they asking me to subscribe, so let's see if they'll let us look. Nope, we can't even look at this article right here. But this is from a secondary news source, so they're asking me to subscribe. We're not going to subscribe to read their article. But the only things that you will see about Kendra is like Facebook posts and, Instagram posts. And this happened 2017. Okay, well, let's see. No, the Winston-Salem Journal, they're still asking us to subscribe. And so there are no, here is let me see if I can get this up. But this is eerily similar to what we see in the Javion Magee case. This ramps up every election. Well, let me see. 2017, was that an election year? No, that was 2017 wasn't an election year. And all these things that we are finding, I don't think they're necessarily tied to. So let's read this one right here. Let's read this article, and this is fair use, by the way. Fair use. This article is being read for commentary and critical purposes. So we're gonna read this right here. If y'all can see this on the screen, y'all let me know if y'all can see that. Nope. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, y'all probably can't read it on the screen with me. I make it a little bit bigger. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? I don't know why they added a whole nother person. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Well, let me see. They gave me a okay. All right. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this article to you. After the body of 20-year-old Winston-Salem State student was found at a park last month, people are questioning the circumstances surrounding Kendra Reed, a sophomore at the North Carolina Historically Black College, was found in a wooded area of Finch Park, just outside of Lexington area. Essence requested information from the North Carolina Human Health Service, and okay, yeah, that is just the narrative of another article that I read. But there is, once again, there is no resolution to these cases. And Lexington, North Carolina, if y'all are familiar with Lexington, that is, I guess, one of the areas. Wait a minute. Okay, this is. Listen, I live in Maryland, and a fourth grader just suspended a second grader from the air in the bathroom. A white child did this to a little black child. He is in the hospital, and his family. Let me know about that, Miss Thomas. Please, if you see the email down there, let me know, some names of the school or something. I want to look into that incident right there, because yeah, that's definitely getting out of hand. A fourth grader did that to a seventh grader. So, but if anybody is familiar with Lexington, North Carolina, I think Lexington, North Carolina, does have one of those historic uh, situations as far as racial components go. But once again, here we have, and I hope this lets me share it. Okay, no, I don't want to see this article. No, I wanted to hear about Kendra Reed. Let's see if they. Okay, so this is an article from. I'm gonna share this with you. This is an article from. Okay, 55. Thank you for giving me the demographic. So Lexington is 55% white, 27% black in Lexington. They aren't okay. Now, I mean, not even like not as concerning the situation in Maryland, not names, because of course I know that the names are not released, but there would be a police incident report if parents have filed a complaint or police had to be called. There would be a police incident report, and they will be able to redact those names. But also, there should be a news once again, a news brief about it. A student did this to a public school. Parents should be outraged. Parents should be going up to the school. So I'm pretty sure there's some coverage of it. So, oh wow, I hope the child didn't. Thank you, Miss Terry, for the super chat. I love your commitment to justice for our folks. Rich, appreciate you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in the super chat. But thank everybody for tuning in on this Saturday night. But this is one, and these articles that you're seeing are basically from, like, I wouldn't call them B-list news sites, but these are sites that are not mainstream sites. So let's take a look at this article right here. Okay, I guess I'll do that. See if they give me. Okay, so yeah. I hope y'all can see this. Nope. Okay. They giving me Rowan County. All right, so let's see if we can y'all see this. What really happened to Kendra Reed, the student found in a tree? There are so many questions concerning Winston-Salem student who was found in a tree more than a month ago. Now, this is from I think May. This happened once again on April the 29th. The Winston-Salem student, 20-year-old Kendra. Now, after 20-year-old Winston-Salem State student was found at a park last month, people are questioning the circumstances of her demise. Kendra was found in a wooded area of Finch Park outside of Lexington on April the 28th. Essence has requested information from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services on autopsy report, and once completed. Kelly Haight from the Office of Communications at the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services said via is complete. That sounds familiar, right? Individual reports and information are not released from the Office of the Medical Examiner prior to the completion of the case. Now, that's what we see in Javion Magee too. Larry James of Davidson County Medical Examiner's Office and the county's Director of Emergency Services ruled Reid's death as the S word. The Winston-Salem Journal reports. Reid's certificate cites that she expired from asphyxiation by suspending in the air from a tree. So James, and I guess that's the autopsy guy, could not be reached. From the North Carolina Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has confirmed Reid's demise, but told Essence that it has not been confirmed that her demise was the S word. And once again, that's probably like a month. This has many people questioning the cause of her death. There you see some social media outrage, Black Lives Matter, Greater Atlanta chapter. I released a statement. We are deep saddened, and she was loved by her community, her school, and of course, naturally by her family. We expect second investigation to be conducted thorough for criminal investigation to be launched by Chief Essence has reached out to the detective from the Lexington Police Department assigned to the case, Charles Hall. And as we know, that Charles Hall was not available for comment in one story. Okay, so y'all. Okay, so I see that they kind of gave me they kind of booted me out real quick. I'm right back. Can y'all see me now? Where did y'all get the yeah, everybody's screen was black. So I'm back right now. Can y'all hear me? Y'all let me know if y'all can see me. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I guess they cut me out. But yeah, so that's what we getting with the investigation with Javion Magee, Lexington, North Carolina. What do you guys know about? And I'm not even going to try to switch screens with the TV no more. But Lexington, North Carolina. That seems like one of those places that has been known for some. Okay. So now, okay. And if y'all remember the social media, okay, Queen Tamara, tell me about Lexington. Feel free to call in about Lexington too. But if y'all remember on November the 6th, after the election, remember those Facebook posts that were going out that were saying that KKK members from where? Lexington, North Carolina. And I'm not at my regular computer, so I can't pull those posts up. But y'all remember, I don't know if I can. Y'all remember, the posts. Y'all see it? They're talking about the text that everybody was up in arms about. Talking about Lexington, North Carolina. KKK members from Lexington, North Carolina are plotting against blacks, especially black women, because in their eyes, we are easily targets. So considering this message, I'm on a laptop. Yeah, I'm on a laptop right now. But considering this message that was put out from whoever received these texts about the people from Lexington, North Carolina, and to find out that 7 years ago, that a young lady was found standing on a trash can and with a rope tied around her, and then she was ruled to be um done it by herself. Like like it's eerily similar. Let me see. Okay, we got a call coming in. uh, peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Yes, this is Queen Samara. I am from Lexington, North Carolina, and I do know Miss Kendra's family.
Okay, was there ever any resolution to that situation, to the family's liking, or did they ever?
No, they are actually still fighting, trying to get some answers. They just ruled it as she unalived herself, and basically just left it as that.
And they ruled that early on in the investigation, right?
Yes, they did. They ruled it probably about a month into the quote unquote investigation, which was never done, because they knew what happened to her for real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so you like? Did you grow up there? Did you, or you just
Well,
like?
yeah, I went back to North Carolina because, as I say, I know her whole family. Like, we all grew up together. And so I did go back, and at first, they didn't want them to really have a funeral for her. They was talking about cremation and all this other crazy stuff, but her mama was not here. She was not having it.
Okay, so were there any, like, because I know 2017 was right around the time there was a lot of, you know, prejudicial tension, racist tension around the country. So were there any, national figures or national activists that came down there and, kind of intervened, or no? Do you remember?
No, but I tell you what did happen. I tell you, the KKK did march.
During that time?
Yes. I tell you that they did.
And when was that? Like, was that after, the incident with Kendra, or?
Yeah, that was after. They had posted flyers and stuff talking about they was gonna march in front of the courthouse and all this. And they actually end up marching.
Wow. In Lexington after this, when people were asking questions or outraged, so they just be like, okay, yeah, we here, we did it. What you gonna do about it?
Yes, but Lexington and it's a town called Denton also. That Denton is definitely a sundown town. Our color, we don't too much go to Denton.
Y'all know better, basically.
Yeah, oh yeah. But since I was a little girl, when I tell you that the boys will pop out, they will even come marching through the hood.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they marched in 2017, to 7 years ago, basically.
Yes, they did, in front of the courthouse. It probably is not. You probably won't find no articles about that now either.
I don't know. I think somebody mentioned it. I'm gonna try to leave this computer on. What was the? I mean, because I know it's like nothing, not too much that y'all can do. But what was the black, kind of response to them marching in that area?
Black people, they came together and tried to, get in touch with whoever they could in Washington or in the NAACP, and they stepped in for briefly. And when I say briefly, I mean like a couple of months, and then you didn't hear about the story no more. That's really why you can't find any articles about that story. But trust me, that's not the only story in Lexington or the surrounding areas in North Carolina that doesn't happen like that.
Oh yeah, and that's what we're seeing. So these like they go away so quick, right? So how long did it take for it to kind of go away? like for people to really stop talking about it. Because like I said, I think I heard briefly about it, but it went away so fast that like I'm really thinking that this is the first time I heard about it. So how, of course, like there are probably people talked about it a while, but like what in your mind, how long did it take for people nationally or even the people outside of the town and even inside of the town to forget about it?
Honestly, well, of course, we never forget about
Exactly.
it because the family, they still do their balloon releases and everything, and they still trying to do their own investigations. But just to be honest, in a town like Lexington, news like that, especially if it's about Black people, maybe 3, 4, 5 months at the most, it's over. You don't really hear too much about it no more.
So, do you still stay there now, or you moved away again?
Oh no, I live in South Carolina now.
Okay. Okay.
But I just wanted to call in and give you some insight. I appreciate all the work that you're doing for Javion, and I'm glad that you brought this story to light again. Maybe they'll pick back up and actually get some help for the family. But I will reach out to them and have somebody to reach out to you.
Yeah, if they will, and tell them, send my love and condolences as well.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. So this is sort of similar to what we are hearing in Henderson, North Carolina, where a lot of people, feel the same way that where there's, just like the lady that called the other night, and she basically said, who do we tell? Who do we run to? When it's the police, the sheriff, the doctors, the lawyers, nobody, they can call no one to come in and give them any sort of justice from these people. And so somebody said, look up the sheriff of or the ex-sheriff of Lexington, and somebody said his name, Gerald Hagee. Let me see. Let me try it on the phone. Every time I tried to do. Yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that from. Okay, well that's 10. Okay. This one is. All right. Let's see this one. Oh no, that's the one from Orlando. Yeah. I gotta touch on that one too. And this one, I had planned on doing like a whole separate story for the sister Kendra Reed, and of course we still may do it. But the day when I read it and to read that narrative, like they said, like it sounded just like Sheriff Brame's comments about Javion. So I'm like, this is, and once again, that makes me think they're all connected. For Sheriff Brame to eloquently verse his description of let me look up Gerald Hagee. To eloquently, Gerald Hagee, Sheriff, North Carolina, to eloquently voice that description of what happened to Javion, and it exactly mirrors the detective's version of what happened to Kendra, makes me, Gerald Hedge. Okay. Yeah, I think he is a self-proclaimed yeah, I think he's self-proclaimed one of those guys. Sheriff endangered public deputies say. Racial profiling. Okay, so he was convicted. Wait a minute. So he was convicted, and who does this remind you of? Was he a black sheriff too? No, he was a white sheriff. But think about this, right? This was happening in 2018. Now this is the I can't make this up. This says right here, convicted ex-North Carolina sheriff to run for old job. I might try to pull this up on the screen for you. Hopefully it won't. Man, she already. I don't know. I might have to leave it alone. I don't know. I might got to pull this one up on the screen for you real quick because I want y'all to see this with me. This guy right here. This this guy right here, toughest sheriff wants his old job back. No, let me see. 14 years, Fayetteville Observer. Where is this? So, oh, here we go. So, here we go. We're gonna see if they let us do this without kicking me out again. As a matter of fact, I might try to go ahead and hook my phone up, see if this works better. But I gotta read this article to you real quick. Let's see if my phone works better. But this is amazing. I appreciate the one who told me about this sheriff. What's his name? Sheriff Hagee guy. All right, so it's not letting me do it. But so I'm going to just go ahead and share the screen with you, and hopefully it won't kick me out again like it did a while ago. And so this sounds just like the guy from Granville County. So look at this right here. Convicted ex-North Carolina sheriff to run for old job. She's still getting from left. Gerald Hagee and his lawyer, Katie Hall, sit at an election challenge hearing by Davidson County Board of Elections in Lexington, North Carolina. At far right is challenger Allinger Anderson. The Davidson County Board of Elections held the hearings on a challenge to sheriff candidate Hagee's bid for office. They voted 3-1 Tuesday to grant Hagee, a former North Carolina sheriff, sales pink and hosting a cable television show before. And you can look at him in the face and tell what type of guy he is. I just ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. He looks like one of those type of guys. A former sheriff who gained fame for painting his jail cell felony obstruction charges can run for his old office. And so it says 2008, Hagee pleaded guilty in 2004 after authorities accused him of racial profiling, taking county money, and driving his car at high speeds when there was no emergency. Just once again, outlaws. Who does this remind you of? The same officers that we've been hearing about in Vance, Granville, Franklin, warned his demise. Hagee had been ineligible to run, but a law that went into effect last December reduced 15 to 10 years the time that those convicted of non-violent felonies must wait to request to have the crimes wiped from his record. So evidently, they granted this man to run. Last month, Angela Anderson filed the challenge to candidacy. Now that is his challenger, and she's probably challenging him because she knows that he, and now he won. He's happy. Look at him, man. I can see, and look who's behind him. A bunch of people supporting him in the audience. All right, so we back, man. We back. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so um I'm trying to navigate um this, but um yeah, man. So they got this sheriff out here. This guy has been convicted of racial profiling, and you got a whole community behind him wanting him to be reelected, right? And so evidently, I wonder if he made it. Ran Look, they said Sheriff Gerald Hagee ran his office through intimidation and engage in racial profiling by ordering subordinates to pull over anyone darker than snow. Now, you know how light snow is. He told his subordinates to pull over anyone darker than snow. So he still the sheriff out there? Y'all let me know if Gerald Hagee. Matter of fact, I want to Google. Somebody Google for me the sheriff of what is that? Davidson County. I think that's Lexington. Y'all go. So you tell me he has a whole community of people saying, okay, well, nah, it's been 15, 10 years. Let him run back again. You can't tell me that there is not an element of that triple K group out there. And the same thing is with, so that's how, I know probably that our young sister who was out in Finch Park, and man, we can't make this up. She was found in Finch Park. Does anybody remember the officer Finch out of Henderson who was who chased a black couple from Henderson to Oxford, Granville County? She was found in Finch Park. So now we got I really didn't even, I'm just literally thinking about this. All of these, some of these things are ritualistic signs. Somebody told me this a while ago that, it's smoke signals. You got Finch, you got the Kearns, you got, all of these names. Here you got this young lady in Lexington found in Finch Park. Who is Finch? But you have another officer in Henderson, North Carolina, that was a Finch. His last name was Finch, but he was found to be, racist and had to be kicked off the force, and then you got this guy Gerald Hagee out there. Is he still the sheriff? Let's see. Who's the sheriff of Davidson County? Let's see if he is the sheriff. Who is the sheriff? Danny, who is the sheriff? Okay, they got Sheriff Deron Hall. She's a Caucasian woman, so maybe that's better. But mind you, in 2017, that is when that Deron Hall. That's what it says. Maybe I'm tripping. Let me see, Davidson. Yeah, that's North Carolina. So, but here you got a guy running and fighting around 2017, 2018 for office when he's been he's been convicted of telling him to telling his subordinates. Oh yeah, definitely don't mean nothing. Yeah, she could be just as you know biased and prejudice and targeting, profiling as the next person. But man, okay, somebody's okay. Is that okay? Yeah, that's Willie Jones Jr. Yep, I know about Willie Jones Jr. Um, we got we got Willie Jones Jr. We actually have the mother of um, Cooper, James Cooper. We're gonna have her come on, if I'm not mistaken, Monday and tell her experience about her son, James Cooper. James Cooper was the young man found in Greenville or Metcalfe County, Mississippi, with the zip ties tied around his hand, tied to a pole. All of these things, I really got to find the symbolism. I really got to either pray fast or do research and find out what is the symbolism of them, you know, doing this to us in that manner. Like I said, back in the days, it was obvious. They put you up on a tree, and somebody said the NAACP is useless trash. I mean, I hate to say it, but I cannot, what I'm saying? There's nothing that I've seen lately to disagree with that perception. I'm just going to be honest. I think it's definitely a political organization that probably has been co-opted, by political pundits. Because, like I said, I had some cases in my hometown. When I first moved back and I was gung ho. I was like, yeah, we need to go to the NAACP, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. Like literally every case that I took to them, they told me, nah, we can't do nothing about it. We don't handle stuff like that. I'm like, well, what are y'all there for? What are you guys? What do you handle? All of these cases of racism and injustice and targeting and profiling, harassment of citizens. So I did. Yeah, I just that comment caught me by surprise. But Ecclesiastic 12, 10, and 18. I know that might be one of my. But yeah, we have the mother, Miss Nadine. She's going to come on and talk about her son's demise and what some of the things that she went through and is still going through. And this happened last year. I think it happened in like May of last year. If you don't remember the story, James Cooper was from Wisconsin. He moved down to Mississippi under the guise of being there from this girlfriend who, quote unquote, had, only like a couple of months to live. He got there, and I guess it was a farce. And he, I think he moved. Well, he was going to move out, things like that. And then about 2 weeks after he moved there, he was found with zip ties around his hand, tied to a pole in the woods. And so that family still has not received any semblance of justice. They're giving us the same narrative of him sitting on the ground. What does it say? 12, 10 through 18. I'm just looking up that scripture real quick. Sitting on the ground, and was able to do. Okay. I got it. I think that's let's see. So yeah, there's a lot of parents, man. There's so many. Okay. I think he was like 12 to 18. Oh, okay. Maybe I got that wrong, but yeah. Yeah, but Officer Poteet. Now somebody mentioned, like I said, I talked with somebody that lives in Henderson. They said Poteet was kind of cool with them, but they went to school with them. And so, of course, like certain officers are good to people that they know. Um, so, but yeah, that useless trash scripture was it's 12, 10, 18. So but yeah, man, we I mean that the Kendra Reed story is just um it just baffles me, and as the lady who called in said that, the residents there, they, you know, everybody know what's going. Okay, Lake Norman. Now, isn't Lake Norman like the big resort place that everybody goes to? And what is that lake that people, they keep finding people in? What is that lake they keep finding people in? What school does she go to? What now? Who are you talking about? I think you Kendra. Are you talking about Kendra? Kendra went to Winston-Salem State University, and evidently, April 29th or something like that. What day was that? That may have been like a Easter break or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, okay. Yeah, that's somebody dealing with the landlord situation. Lake Lanier. Okay, Lake Lanier. That's the one they keep finding people in, and okay, and I think Lake Lanier, they not finding us in there. They finding other people. Um, yeah, Winston Salem is where can yeah Winston Salem. Yeah, so these stories are like so similar. I wish I could I would try to pull up the brain interview, but as y'all see, every time I try to, kind of add another screen to this live, it kicking me out and doing things of that nature. So I may do a separate, just a separate story on the similarities between the Kendra Reed case and the Javion Magee case. Um, and so it's a sign of the times. I spoke with one of the spiritual leaders that calls me as well and keeps me on the spiritual plane, saying that these things are to be expected, meaning these things must come to pass until it is time for whether us to rise up or God to rise up in favor of us. We have to be honest. If you read the Bible, it reads like a historical book. And if you read the Bible in context, demographically, chronologically, uh, and theologically, it all speaks to the people in the Bible looking like us, breathing like us. God, had made us first. Everybody knows that, the first people were born in Africa, or what they named Africa, the Middle East, Israel, or whatever, all of those places, the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, those were, the first people. Everybody, looked like, okay, Oscarville was the block town that was flooded at Lake Lanier. And some people say like they're like, that Lake Lanier is taking a lot of people, that don't look like us. Yeah, we built like and so this is this is a very time to be watchful on what's going to happen, because we know if we believe in righteousness that righteousness is going to eventually triumph over evil and darkness. Whether it's through prayer, whether it's through fasting, whether if it's through the sword, as David, you know, picked up the sword, whether we're going to walk around the buildings, tear the buildings down. This hurts, we pray. Yeah, you good. But yes, this is spiritual warfare, man. This is spiritual, like, and as I was speaking with the pastor, the prophetess this morning. She was, basically there's spiritual evil in those places, like, as I mentioned when I was reading the thing about the lynchings right here in Decatur. They were saying that, those acts have left a legacy of violence and injustice. And what I meant by that, what is a legacy? A legacy is what? Something that you leave to your children and your children's children. And so, as they say, energy doesn't disappear. It's just transferred. And so that same negative energy, that same negative intent, that same maliciousness and evil and treachery has only been transferred to, their offspring. So look up Daryl Hunt. Okay, Daryl Hunt. All right, we're gonna put him in the portal as well. Daryl Hunt. See, and it's so many stories. Like I said, man, there's countless stories, and even some that are still happening, to this day. Winston-Salem, 2016. Okay, we're not. Okay, he was wrongfully. Okay. Tried again. Okay. So he was tried again. And basically he sued him. Okay, let's see. So 2016. Oh, okay. 2016. Yeah, that's deep, brother. That's deep. I feel you. I feel you. So they had been after this brother. They had locked him up with the same story. 1984, wrongfully convicted and sentenced to life for the R word and unalivement of Deborah Sykes, a young white newspaper copy editor, at the age of 19 or even 18. In 1984, that was in Whistler. So that same narrative, as I mentioned, with the brothers who were suspended in the air from trees here, right here in Decatur, where they mentioned the same narrative. Oh, this brother did something to a white woman. He looks like somebody who was accused of doing something to a white woman, and then the police arrest him. They turn him over to the authorities, and then next thing you know, a mob of white men come, and then they find him suspended in the air. That's what I'm talking about. The legacy. That's what the sign said, that these things have left a legacy of that. Emmett Till, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So, and even with these current cases, like, no one can tell me, no one can sit here with a straight face and tell me that this is not an example of what has been. Nobody can sit and tell me that. I don't, you can't, like I always say, like my man, the knock around guy said, you can't piss down on my back and tell me it's rain. Nah, that doesn't work like that. And so, I just had to come on tonight and share, those similarities with, my brother Javion Magee, which happened 2 months ago, and Kendra Reed, that happened 7 years ago. And they come with this narrative. Yeah, they both of them wrapped it around their neck, then they threw it around the tree, wrapped it around the tree, and then they sat down on the ground, or they stood up and they just leaned on into it. Two totally happy, healthy, young black people So, yeah, man, this is the narrative that they are telling us. Very long list, man. The list is, like I said, my man is sending me stuff right now. So October 21st, 2024. Okay, so this is saying that oh, so wait a minute. Did Sheriff Brain get a Sheriff Clarence Burkhead leaves the office, Sheriff Curtis Brain. Okay. So they actually Sheriff Brain, it looks like Sheriff Brain has gotten an award. Now, if you don't know who Sheriff Brain is, Sheriff Brain, none of my big mamas or granddaddies was afraid in Alabama. No cap. Wow. So Sheriff Brain actually got the Dogwood Award. That's what it's saying right here. Sheriff Brain actually received an award. And there we see Sheriff Curtis. I don't know why I can't get this thing right when I be trying to. There go Curtis Brain right there. He receiving an award right there. That's what it says on October 21st. Sheriff Brain, Curtis Brain, he received the Dogwood Award from Attorney Josh Stein, right? And this is what we up against. This is the award. I don't know if y'all can see. I'm trying to get it where y'all can see the name. Okay, there you go. Y'all see Sheriff Curtis Brain. He received an award. So everybody's telling me to go to Josh Stein. Yep, the Department of Justice, the Josh Stein. And this was Attorney Josh Stein honors Triangle area sheriffs with the Dogwood Award. And this is Josh Stein, right? This is the person that they are telling me to go and send information about possible cover-up by this sheriff who Josh Stein just gave an award to less than a month ago. And a month after, our brother Javion was, and what did they say about Sheriff Brain and the receptor of his reward? Sheriff Brain understands the need for recruiting and retaining public-spirited law enforcement officers in our state. Now, this is the retardedness of it. Sheriff Brain has 3 officers who were taking property and, falsifying documents and taking evidence and trying to bully people and taking their property. And Sheriff Brain stood by him. Now, not only that, you remember the officer who was caught on tape walking down the hallway and pretty much body slamming a student, little toddler, on camera. And what did Sheriff Brain do? He stood by him. So I'm not sure which Sheriff Brain that Attorney Josh Stein is talking about, or maybe once again we giving Josh Stein too much credit. Sheriff Brain got to being a good. So it was only 10 that received that award out of, and appreciate that. Appreciate for sending me that. So he has stepped up to help the people of Vance County time after time, and I am grateful for his leadership. Now, I don't know, once again, if this is the same Curtis Brain that we have been following, that people have been calling me about, that, is a stumbling, bumbling wreck of himself, when talking about the Javion Magee case. But this is what he said. He said he has stepped up time, and I am grateful for his leadership. I am truly honored to be a recipient of such an award, said Sheriff Curtis Brain. I am a true believer. Lead by example. That's right. And they will follow you. Truer words have not been spoken, have never been spoken. That is the tone and the type of leadership I share with my office. The tone and the type of leadership I share with my office. Yeah. Yeah, we know that. So if I'm supposed to call on Josh Stein, many people, and see, this is what frustrates me, because people expect that people who are involved with the system is going to help dismantle the system. People saying, okay, we got to get Sheriff Brain. We got to go to the DOJ. We got to go to the Attorney General. And here we see the Attorney General, Josh Stein, doesn't have a clue. Now, maybe it's time for us to call them and be like, hey, this is who you're giving an award to. But like everybody said, even with the Kendra case, like they know what's going on in Henderson. Ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? We can think they stupid, but they know what's going on in Henderson. And they know what, just like the young lady who called, and appreciate the call, they know what happened in Lexington. And so North Carolina, once again, has and that's why I said it's going to take the people. It's going to take the people to put the pressure on them. We can't expect. We got. I guess it's going to take the people and the outside media and the outside media to come into play. Yeah, but yeah, so wrong answer to go to Johnson. I see. I definitely see. So yeah, man, this is, like I said, this area of North Carolina, Central. Well, actually, I would have to just say that the whole North Carolina at this point. Telling it like it is. That's funny. That's funny. He's a white boy with a gap. Yeah. Most white people with bad teeth when I was in school, they definitely got braces. So I guess you're saying since they didn't fix his braces, you can't trust them. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's definitely, man, dude, it's definitely a it's me. It's that was me yawning too, but it's definitely a spirit of lawlessness and injustice around all of these towns. To me, even so you definitely have to stay, prayed up, stay in tune with God, stay in tune with the angels, stay in tune with the angels, spirits, and there are particular angels that we can call on, for particular purposes, to intervene, to intercede, to give us, power and strength to go before us, to fight battles for us. But and still, we also have to do something. You know what I'm saying? We also have to do something. And so, man, y'all just be aware of your surroundings wherever you are. There are stories coming out from all over the states, but because I am, based in North Carolina and based in the South, I guess you could say, these stories are coming out more and more and more. So Yeah, well, I'm definitely about to get some rest. But I just wanted to share this information tonight because, um, just reading about that story, I said, let me read about this story about our sister Kendra, and the fact that that article almost said verbatim what Sheriff Brame said about Javion Magee. It was like, yo, no, I gotta point this out tonight. Basically, they're saying the same thing with two people not suspended in air, but they have something under them. And Javion was sitting on the ground. ground. Appreciate y'all and appreciate the love. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, to the channel. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And yeah, we're gonna so we'll talk. It's another one, like I said, and I know nobody ever heard of this one, so I'm gonna do this one in the morning. It's another one, recent one. Like this happened in November, like 2 weeks ago. I bet you haven't heard of this, but another man found. Can't make this up. Suspended in the air from a tree. This happened 2 weeks ago. Bet you haven't heard of it. Right? The family member called me about it, and another person sent it to me. And I've been meaning to call down there. I haven't had a chance to call down there and see what this sheriff got to say. And I don't want to say too much. I'll let y'all tap into it tomorrow. But man, I really appreciate. I thank God once again for His mercy and grace, man. But yeah, man, this is we are God's chosen people, and we have been targeted because of who we are, but also what we are, and some of our as the prophet was putting it to me. Yeah, we have to do some repenting as well. We definitely have to do some repenting to bring us into a state where we can stand up against this. Wow, hey, and y'all feel free to, and I know it's probably maybe even 100 stories right now that I haven't gotten to in my email, but trust me, I've been seeing, I've been trying to catch up to them. But yeah, y'all keep sending. I saw something about Tashawn, my brother Tashawn. We gonna definitely have to talk about my man. Somebody just sent Daryl. I don't even remember the names. We done talked about so many people, so many fast. So many people, so many fast. That's Daryl Hunt. Definitely. I'm gonna have to keep this one. Daryl Hunt, 1965 to 2016. So man, there's so many stories, man. But I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for engaging with us tonight. I know it's kind of late tonight, but I just wanted to share this, and I pray that the Most High God continues to give you guys knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to continue to reveal the truth to all who have a heart to hear Him. Continue to lead you in the path of righteousness and godliness and holiness and joy and peace and power and victory and love, and faith, so that, we will be able to stand against the wiles of the enemy, putting on the whole armor of God, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, having our loins girded with truth, our feet shod with peace, taking as a sword the word, and as a shield our faith, knowing that He who has begun this good work in us will see it unto the end. There is no weapon that is formed against us will prosper. Any tongue that rises up against judgment, in judgment shall be condemned. The Lord is my shepherd. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? And I started off with Psalms 23. But speaking of Psalms 23, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Last verse, surely goodness and mercy will follow me. My homeboy Reid always said, man, I have two angels that follow me. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. You know, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. If God be for me, then who can be against me? Though a host should encamp around about me, this one thing will I be confident. Psalms 91. Man, there's so many scriptures that if you dwell upon them, you don't, what can I feel? What can mere mortal man do to me? You know, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the power of love and of sound mind. We are more than conquerors through Christ Jesus that strengthens us. Stand still and behold, and watch God fight your battles. Man, there's so much. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and very courageous, for the Lord thy God is with you wherever you go. Man, this is it's real, man. It's real. Psalms 108. Now y'all gonna make me pull up Psalms 108, man, because let me make sure I ain't missing nothing real quick. Then I'm gonna let y'all go, man. But these scriptures right here are thy word, like I said, is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Let me see what Psalms 108 talking about. Let me see. Oh wait, okay, all right. Oh, that's a long one. Okay, but I like it though. I see where you're going with it. Oh God, my heart is fixed. I will sing in your praise, even with my glory. Awake, psaltery and harp. I myself will await thee. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people, and I will sing praises unto thee among the nations. For thy mercy is great above the heavens, and thy truth reacheth out unto the clouds. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens, and the glory above all the earth, that thou, beloved, may be delivered. Save me with thy right hand and answer me. God has spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and meet out the valley of Succoth. And you got to tell me what those is. Those, my brother who sent me the scripture. Gilead is mine. Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Now, I know those are tribes or descendants of tribes of Israel. So that is, I think, God claiming us. Moab is my watchpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Over Philistia will I triumph. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Now, I think, many people consider the Europeans Edom. So, once again, I don't, y'all got to break this scripture down for me, those who sent it to me. Will not thou, O God, who has cast us off, and will not thou, O God, go forth with our hosts? Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man. That's what I'm talking about right there. We're talking about Josh Stein and the FBI, which is, we I guess we got to still, do it. But verse 12 says, give us hope from trouble. And we're talking about God. For vain is the help from man. Through God we shall do valiantly, for it is he who shall tread down our enemies. Appreciate that scripture, my brother, my sister, whoever sent that to me. But yeah, man. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Yo, that's a good one. That's a good one. And what one more I was looking for, and I think my grandma used to send me this every time I was in jail or something. You know what I'm saying? This was one of the ones that always kept me through when I was going through some hard times or some hardships, through a lot of the fault of my own. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Okay, this is it, I think. Okay, I knew it was Psalms 43 and 2. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Now that is one, Edom, aka Esau, versus Judah, as we were saying. Yeah, man, appreciate you, 6'3" soldier, man. I appreciate that scripture. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me for a little bit tonight, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest, but once again, may the peace of God pass all understanding be upon y'all tonight. May he wake y'all up, lay y'all down with great sleep. May his angels protect y'all. May the spirit of righteousness rest, rule, and abide in your spirit tonight. And we definitely, once again, we look into the hills which cometh our help. Our help cometh from the Lord. But peace and love, man. Peace and blessings, man. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll check you out tomorrow if everything is everything. If the Lord see fit, as the old people say. But yeah, man, peace and blessings to every one of y'all, man. Y'all have a great night. I enjoyed y'all. Peace and love.